Meanwhile, the vice foreign ministers of Korea and Japan will meet for talks in Seoul on Wednesday for the first time in 8 months.
But with Korea continuing its demand that Tokyo must first apologize for its wartime crimes, no one is holding much hope of the two neighbors mending their frosty ties. Our Hwang Sung-hee has more.
Amid souring ties between South Korea and Japan, Japanese Vice Foreign Minister Akitaka Saiki will arrive in Seoul Wednesday for talks with his South Korean counterpart, Cho Tae-yong. Wednesday's talks will be the first vice ministerial-level meeting between the two neighboring countries in 8 months. But Seoul's foreign ministry says it's not a sign of thawing ties.
The South Korean government repeated several times what steps Japan must take for progress in Korea-Japan ties.
Japan has yet to officially apologize for its wartime sexual enslavement of roughly 200,000 women in the early 20th century. In an interview with Japan's Mainichi Shimbun Tuesday, Chinese ambassador to Japan, Chang Yong-hwa, called out Tokyo for its lack of responsibility over historical issues. Speaking about why the annual trilateral summit between South Korea, China, and Japan did not take place last year, the Chinese diplomat blamed Japan and said he does not see such a meeting happening in the near future. But U.S. President Barack Obama will try to mediate when he visits Seoul and Tokyo for summit talks in April. Washington wants its two allies to put history behind them, concerned the intensifying friction will affect their trilateral alliance. Ahead of President Obama's trip, the three leaders will meet at the end of this month in The Hague for the Nuclear Security Summit. Some point to the possibility of a trilateral summit, but the chances of the two neighbors shaking hands are slim. South Korean President Park Geun-hye has made it perfectly clear that she will not sit down with a leader who fails to acknowledge his country's historical wrongdoings. Hwang Sung-hee, Arirang News.